Welcome everybody, this is Siamko with cogamers.net, and today I'm playing Creativerse. If you haven't heard about this game, it's basically Minecraft 2.0. It's not made by Mojang, it's made by a company called Playful, but if I was to imagine what Minecraft would be like in its 2.0 version, this is what I see. So, Creativerse is 100% free. It's free to download. It's free to play. The worlds are always online. You can create new worlds. You can set them to single player. You can set them to multiplayer. It's hosted by Playful on Playful servers. There is no private hosting, so there is nowhere for you to go and rent a private server. You can just literally create a private server in the matter of just a couple minutes. So downloading the game takes about, depending on your internet connection, but anyway from between 15 and 30 minutes, and you can be into the game in about 40 minutes or less and actually playing the game. So whenever you load the game up, this is the screen that you're going to see. This is the main screen. And we're going to go over this real quick. This is the recent world that I've played in, right? Which is also my world. So this is the cogamers.net Thadriel world that we've set up. It is password protected. And this is because this was us getting into the game and learning how we needed to administer the game. So, some things that I've learned and I want to pass on to you so that you can come and play with us on the cogamers.net world or create your own world and play in Creativerse. I want to pass on the little tips and tricks that I've learned so far. So number one, whenever you load up the game, you're going to get this screen. And before you do anything else, you're going to want to go right here to this cog icon, and it says settings. You want to click on that, and you want to click whether or not you want to be a female character or a male character. Both of them look like they're adolescents, but either way. So you want to pick one of those. You want to set your character's name here, or what your in-game name is going to be. You want to put in your email address. You want to see exactly where you're from. Your Steam ID is automatically going to populate whenever you come through there. Okay. So if you don't set this name right here before you join a world, the world that you join first is going to give you the generic name of player, and your name is forever going to be just player on that world. So it's really important that you come in here and you set your character name first. Okay. Once that's done, then you can come in, you can decide to come over, which I hope you do, to play with us at cogamers.net. You could search that world right here, or you can search in this one box by cogamers.net, by the word Thadriel for the world, because we're going to have more than one world eventually set up under the cogamers.net moniker. Or you can search by my name, Siamko, here. There's also, these are all Steam community worlds that have been put together, and if you look, there's some pretty impressive builds that people have already put together. It looks like this game has been out for going on 6 months. No, actually, it's probably been longer than that. About 8 months. Between 6 months and a year is how long that this game has been out. So, back to what we were talking about as far as the worlds go. We hope you come and play with us here at cogamers.net. But if not, and you want to create your own world, just click on this button here. You can put in your world name, what you want your world to be called. You can set a world password, and that way it's just private to you. If you don't set a password, then anybody can come in at any time and join your game. Put in a description, tell people what you're doing and what the world's all about, and how you'd like for them to play whenever they're in your world. You can go into these advanced options, and these are some things that are really important. These are your world options. These can be changed at any time, but you need to set some things right at the beginning. So everyone defaults to a visitor is not something that I suggest that you do, because basically what that does is, if you think about it in Minecraft terms, it's going to gray list those people. And then only the server owner, who's going to be you or people that you set with the appropriate skill abilities, is going to be able to change them so that they'll actually be able to interact with the world. And the reason I say not to necessarily gray list everybody is because there's plenty of other layers of protection that are automatically built into Creativerse. It's not necessary to gray list people as long as you go ahead and utilize the other tools that are available to you inside Creativerse. PvP disabled, that's up to you on what you want to do with that. I always leave mine on because you can actually shut PvP off in individual areas if you want later after the world's created. Explosives disabled, again, this is going to be worldwide. Don't want to shut that off for everybody because you're going to want to be able to use TNT and things later on in the game. Peaceful mode, that's up to you on whether or not you want to do that. There are monsters in the game just like there are in Minecraft and other survival games. It's not necessarily to go into peaceful mode because although the monsters can be challenging at times, they're fairly easy to control. Recipes don't carry over. The way Creativerse works is you start off with a very small recipe list, and as you create those items in that recipe list, it unlocks a higher tier of those items or a more diverse list of those items. So I wouldn't suggest necessarily going through and shutting this off. I did on our first world, just because I wanted everybody who was starting there to start fresh. But now I'm kind of regretting doing that. I wish I would have left it open because I think it would have made the first world a little bit more popular right off the bat. Claims enabled, this is a must as far as I'm concerned. You need to have claims enabled, and we'll go over claims here really soon. But think of it as residences in Minecraft that runs with a residence plugin. Okay. So we'll go back. We're not actually going to create a world because we already have one right here. And whenever you click on a world to go into it, it's going to tell you all the different options that are set up for it. Oop. This is going to take this to the Steam community page. It's just a screenshot of that world there. So let's go ahead and close that down. If you want to actually find those worlds, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to search by this right here, by their name. So if we come into here, it says I played this 23 minutes ago. It says we're in North America. A little bit of blurb about what we're doing. We created this about a couple weeks ago. And these are the options right here that are already set. Okay, this is the friends in world, so that means people that are on your Steam friends list, right, will show up in this list here. Okay, this is also a place where we could delete this world if we chose to, but we don't really want to delete it right now. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the game, hit play. This is a little advertisement for some of the blocks that you can find or craft in the game at some point. It's going to tell us that there's 12 players that have played on our world, and there's 0 of them online. We're getting ready to log in, so we'll be the 1. Advanced extractor may be harder to craft, but it doubles output. Everybody's probably wondering what an extractor is, and we're going to go over that soon. So, welcome to Creativerse, and this is my disheveled home. Now, just a quick thing that I wanted to talk about. I recorded this video once, and it didn't record any sound. What is that over there? Or is that just a pig in a shadow? Yeah, it's just a pig in a shadow. I thought that was a pharaoh pig. Anyway, so It didn't record any of the audio, so I had to re-record it now. So we're going to try to run through this really quickly. Creativerse is just like Minecraft. It's a procedurally generated block-based world. A lot of things that you're going to see here are going to be very familiar as far as like planting crops and different things that are involved with that, building, whatnot. I want to go over the map first. Try to do this in a better order than what I did the last time. This is the map. This is the entirety of the world, of the codegamers.net Thedrill world. There is no way to make this map any bigger. You can't ask for a larger map. It doesn't go on forever. This is it. This is the size of the map. And some people might say, oh God, that's so small. It's really not. It really isn't. If you want to look at this little square here, let's look at this little square right here. You can just barely see it maybe. It's right here, kind of towards the center of the screen, down here in the fog of war, this little red dot. That little red dot is a claim, okay? Now if we go back, this is a claim. These squares here are a claim, okay? Each one of these squares here holds a 4x4 of chunks. Everybody who knows, familiar with Minecraft, knows that the chunk is 16 blocks by 16 blocks, so that makes this hold 4 chunks across and 4 chunks high. And my brain's not working, so I'm going to do this real quick. 4 times 16 equals 64. Oh, of course, 64. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, so 64 by 64 is what these blocks are here. Okay, so if we go back, this one dot, this little itty bitty dot is 64 blocks across. So you can imagine how many of those dots you'd have to put side by side by side by side by side to get all the way across the map. This is a fairly good sized map. But the benefit of this here is the fact that if you run out of room, which I'm sure can happen, if you run out of room on this map, you can just create another one. You can create another one just like we just talked about. It's just that fast to be able to do that. You can set it to where people's recipes automatically transfer to that world, and then they don't get to carry their inventory with them, but they can jump right into the game and get going pretty quickly. So I'm going to hop around here a little bit, try to make you nice and seasick. So that's the map right here. Now let's get into some of the details of the map. So anybody who plays on a Minecraft server knows about a residence. Residence plugin is basically you get to claim a certain area, and then you can set certain flags. You can set PvP to true or false or fire spread or whatever, and blah 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 blah. That's automatically built in here to Creativerse. Okay, so all these, like these, are color coded here. These belong to Zara. We've got several claims that are here for them. This one here belongs to Quan, and these 4 are mine. So what you can do with this is if you wanted to purchase a claim, you're going to go to an unclaimed area. You're going to hit the little claim button, and you can purchase it either with gold coins or you can purchase it with items that you harvest in game. Now this seems fairly expensive right now, and it is, but just a little bit of background. When you start Creativerse, you automatically have 500 coins to start with. They give those to you for free, so you'll be able to buy a couple claims right off the bat, and it's not going to cost you anything at all. If you want to get more, you're going to come in here into the store. Okay, right here is the coins tab, and you can take a look and see what we've got. You can get 4,000 coins for 40 bucks. That makes them about a half a cent a piece. Or you can come right here and you're going to get 500 coins, but actually when you click on it, you're going to get 50 bonus coins on top of that. So this makes them less than a penny a piece right here. So actually this is going to make them 1/10 of a cent, I guess. I don't know, something like that if you go with the 40 pack. But anyway, so this is $5. And if we look at the recipes and stuff, everything here, if you were to buy everything in this store that they offer, it would be 26 bucks. 26 bucks total, and you would own everything, all these block packs that they have in the store. It's not that bad for a game. Minecraft was $15 back whenever I bought it. I think it's about $25 now, or $20, I can't remember. It just all depends on if you catch it on sale or not. But anyway, so $2 a claim here. Remember, they give you 500 coins to start off with for free, so you can buy two of these claims here, and it's not going to cost you anything. You can buy it right with gold, not have to use your in-game items. And also remember that you can buy claims with in-game items, so it doesn't have to cost you a dime. It can be 100% free. The only thing you're not going to get is those aesthetic blocks that, you know, you can only get the recipes for through the store. But if we go in here into the store, we'll cover that real quick. Get your coins, recipes. Once you purchase this, you own this recipe forever. It's a one-time purchase. So you can spend that 26 bucks at one time and you own all those blocks. And they're always coming out with new ones. As you saw, there was a new one that was just posted in there. Okay, so that's claims, how to purchase one. Now, once you have one purchased, then you have some other options you can do. You can come in and set the settings. You can name the claim, so when people walk in, they're going to see a certain name. They're going to have a pop-up message. You can put whatever message you want there. You can set PvP to true, TNT to true or false, and then you can set people's roles on what they can actually do. You want them to be an admin of the claim. You want them to only be able to interact with things. Or do you want to be a visitor? I always leave everybody as a visitor as a default. Okay? And then you can even go one step further and you can go by individual user. You could come in here and you could set individual users permission levels. These are all the players that are on the server, excuse me, currently, that play on the server. They're not currently online. It would show you also if they were online. So that is basically it. So if you can look, let me see if I can get this put into like a dark area so you can see it. If you see at the top of the screen, we've got our compass. We've got the message that we were talking about, the name of the claim, and that's the message. That's the default message that I haven't changed. It just says Siamko Zone. So if we come over here, I know that there's an intersection, and you see this blue wall? That's marking the border of our claim. So if we come down here, where's it at? Yep, whoop, here we go. We're right at the four corners, if you can see that, of the claim. As we go into the next one, it gives us a little welcome message. So I could actually name each one of these something different with a different welcome message if I wanted. Okay, so just some basic functions of the map there to get you started so that you can be safe and have a place that you're going to be able to build. Now, something that's different about Creativerse that you're not going to see, it's not going to be exactly the same as Minecraft, is harvesting. Minecraft, whenever you first start out, you're going to want to do what? Punch a tree. It's like, that's like the cliche beginning of any survival game now, is you're supposed to go and punch a tree. So let's get out. If you're in someone else's claim, you're not going to be able to interact with things. I'll show you that real quick. You see how everything's kind of got a red X and it says you don't have permission here. It says you can request builder's rights through the map and hit M, which is great. It's an easy way to be able to actually interact with people. But, so, what we have in Creativerse is a power glove. Power glove is what we use to mine with, and if you can see, you just left click and it sucks up the item. Okay, so but your power glove is only going to be able to suck up a certain level of item, and then as you dig deeper and deeper into the ground, you're going to need a stronger and stronger mining cell to put into your power glove. So if we open up the crafting menu, you can do that by hitting Q, and then we can see that our first mining cell would be a wood mining cell. Now my inventory is pretty expanded right now, my crafting inventory, because I have crafted all these things. Typically what you're going to start off with, you're going to start off with just a wood mining cell. Whenever you craft this, it'll unlock the next one, which is stone, and so on and so forth up the line. So I click on my wood mining cell. It tells me what I need. There are no crafting benches in Creativerse. You're just going to craft everything right from this menu. But this is going to tell us what we need. If you notice right here, this is a point of interest, and I wanted to talk to you about these little side swiping arrows. What this is saying is the fact that you can use any kind of wood in the game to craft this wood mining cell. It just is automatically defaulting to this one because that's the wood that I have in my inventory right now. So if you ever see this and you're like, hey, I've actually got some wood, it's just I don't have that kind of wood, just scroll through here until you get to the right one in the list. And then it'll be perfectly fine for you to use that. So this says that we've got 100, this says we have 123 cragwood logs in our inventory, and we need to use 4 of them to craft this. So this this number to the right is the number that you're going to need in order to craft the item. So the number to the right is the right amount to be able to craft the item that you want. So we've got 4 logs. We need a mushroom. We need a red mushroom, and we've already got some vines. So let's go out and see if we can't find a red mushroom. Now, this area is kind of where everybody's kind of bunched up and been building together, so red mushrooms are kind of scarce. They're normally not. Red mushrooms are used for creating items like what we were just talking about, but they're also used for creating health potions. And mushrooms are one of the few items in the game that you can't actually farm. You have to just go out and forage for them in the wild. But luckily, I know that on my claim, there is a red mushroom. I saw it earlier, and I want to go get it. There it is. I see it. Do you see it? Now whenever you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're targeting the mushroom and not targeting the blocks underneath the mushrooms. See this here? It still says I'm on the mushroom. If you look above the yellow and red bar towards the bottom of my screen, you notice it changes whenever I'm, depending on what I have targeted. So it says we're on the red mushroom, so we're going to hold left click, suck that item up, go back into our crafting menu with Q, click on the wood mining cell, and there it is. Okay. Now I'm going to show you real quick where to find vines, just for the simple fact that they can be a little bit confusing to a new player that's first starting out. So vines can be found in a jungle. If you spawn in a jungle, you'll see them. They look like they do in Minecraft. They're hanging down from a tree. But if you're spawned inside of a forest, they're going to look like that up there. That's a bad example. It's kind of high up on the tree. So let's go see if we can't find some that are a little lower to the ground. Yeah, here we go. There's some over here. Yep, they're on that tree. So, if you spawn in a forest biome, and this is only if you're in a forest biome, you're going to be able to find vines right here. If you see, it tells me that I'm looking at vines right there. This is what they look like. We're going to harvest those. And if you look to the right there, we got 1 vine and we got 1 cragwood. Just a quick little pop-up. Now the reason I say that those can be a little bit confusing is because... Ooh, look, here's another red mushroom. Let's go ahead and grab that. because of this. This is an ashen wood tree. This is a cragwood tree. Cragwood is where vines are going to grow. This is an ashen wood tree, and this is where moss is going to grow. And you'll need moss for other things that you're going to craft, but sometimes people get a little confused by that whenever they're seeing it from a distance. If you look, you're like, oh, well, there's some vines. No, vines only grow on cragwood trees, and they don't, or cragwood or wildwood trees, they're not going to grow on an ashen wood tree. So, now that we have the vines that we need, we're going to click craft. Boom. And right down here tells us that we've made our wood mining cell. Now, we can come into here, and this is a wood mining cell that I made earlier, so I'm going to trash it. But there's only that one wood mining cell. Where did the other one go? Well, it automatically went over into our power glove for us so that we can have it. So it's automatically there. Now we can start harvesting brown mushrooms, which is the next item that we're going to need, and start harvesting some stone, things like that, so we can make a stone mining cell. And that's pretty much the gist. The ingredients are going to change, but how you do it is going to be the same. Okay? So that's how mining and harvesting actually works here in Creativerse. The only thing that's going to be different than that, and I will show you, is if you look, let me get to the house here real quick. Just like in Minecraft, if it starts to get dark and you want it to be daytime again, you're going to come in here, you're going to hit the bed, go to sleep. As long as you're the only person on your world, it's going to let you do this. If there's more than one person on your world, then you're all going to have to get into the bed in order for it to turn daytime. So it's actually daytime right now. You can see the clock there and up in the upper right hand corner of the screen. So it's 5:22 a.m. right now, and we're in the grasslands. So let's go over your touchstone real quick while we're here in the house. Whenever you first create your character and come into the world for the first time, you're going to have a touchstone. And this is what it's going to look like when you put it down. A touchstone is where you're going to respawn at if you die. In Creativerse, there is no set spawn. You're not going to spawn in the middle of the map. You're going to spawn randomly around the map. And then this is an easy way for people to be able to find one another. It has a setting if you just interact with it by hitting F. It says allow players to travel here. You can click this yes or no. If you do yes, then all players have to do is hit T, and then they can click on this and hit teleport, and when they do that, it's going to teleport them right to that touchstone, or the touchstone that belongs to you. Okay, so that's touchstones and what they're for. Let's see here. Now we're going to go over some mining. This is the way Creativerse is set up is a lot like Minecraft in the fact that it's set up with layers, but there is a little bit more variance in the layers. The layers in Creativerse can be thicker or thinner or change slightly depending on the biomes and whatnot. But overall, the layers are going to be fairly self-explanatory. So here in the grasslands, we're going to start off and we've got dirt as our first layer. Here's a classic strip mine that you can find in Minecraft. So we have the dirt layer, then we have the stone layer, then we have the bedrock layer, and unlike in Minecraft, bedrock is just a harder stone. It's not unbreakable. It's not the bottom of the world. So, but we have the bedrock layer, and then below the bedrock layer we have the siltstone and stalactite layer. Starting to get down a little deeper here. And then now we're going to get down into, this is the lava layer. Okay, And this is hardened lava and igneous rock, or volcanic rock, that you're going to find here. This also comes with the added caveat. If you look right above my health meter there's now like a little flame meter, and that's telling me that it's getting hot. I'm starting to get hot down here. You're not going to be able to stay down in this layer forever unless you craft one of these, which is a fire resistance potion, and it says it reduces environmental effect by 90%, reduces DOT damage by 50%. DOT is damage over time, just for anyone who's not sure. But that's how you can survive down here. Okay, this is the equivalent of the Nether for Creativerse as compared to Minecraft. Creativerse doesn't have multiple dimensions; it only has one. But as you dig down, you get into these different environments. So here is what would be the equivalent of the Nether for Creativerse, and it comes down, and then as you can see, as I take this next step down, I get this new meter that pops up, and that's called a corruption meter. And the corruption meter is because I'm getting into the corrupted level of the game. Corrupted level of the game is also the bottom of the world. This is in-game mobs down here, so they're very difficult. You're going to take a lot of tenacity to be able to survive down here. It's kind of basically poisonous. Just give you a quick look around. It's very dark down here. But that's basically your end game situation. And then as you get below that, there is nothing below that. That's it. You'll hit the bottom of the world and you won't be able to dig any lower than that. So we'll go ahead and go back up, 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 up. Just about there. Okay. So, oh God, we got somebody in the house. This is called a night pigsy. Night animals are evil. I just killed him. Whenever you kill them, they're going to drop a loot bag. Hit F, you'll take everything out of it. I wonder how he got in here. I don't think any of the doors are left open. No, they're not. So that's, let's see what all we've gone over real quick. I just wanted to go over some basics. We'll get into some detailed stuff in the next videos that I do. But let's see, we went over the map. The whole situation here and how to make claims and how to set permissions. We went over some basic crafting. Basic crafting is going to help you to get started so you can start figuring out the game and jumping in and not feeling so overwhelmed or lost whenever you first start. If you've played Minecraft before, it's not going to take you very long and you're going to understand exactly what you need to be doing and how to progress. So that's going to be about it for me for this video. I hope you stayed with me for probably the full 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes that we ran this video for. Just wanted to give some people some in-depth getting started guide so that you can come and join us on the cogamers.net world. Let me show you that one more time. Yeah, we're going to exit the world. cogamers.net Thadriel is the first world that we've created here in Creativerse, and we hope to see you there. In order to get the password, you'll either need to have watched this video, and I'm going to give you that password right now, or you can join our Discord. If you're not sure what Discord is, please search that out. It's voice communications software. It's 100% free as well, and it's amazing. That's what we use at cogamers.net to be able to communicate with our community. So you can also get the password through there. So the password for the cogamers.net Thadriel world is the number 5, the number 5, the number 0, and the number 7. So that's 5507. That's the password that'll get you into the game, and we hope to see you there very, very soon. I'm having a blast with Creativerse, looking forward to making a lot more videos on it, and I hope to see you all in-game very soon. So until next time, this is Siamko, and we'll see you then.